Girls, what was the most obvious hint you dropped and the guy just didn't get it? My buddy in college was stressing over when to make the move to kiss a girl he liked. While we encouraged him to not wait for the perfect moment and just go for it, he admitted he should have tried to kiss her when they were in the shower. It's snowing. Just stay here. You can sleep in my bed. To be honest, I would just think to myself, she is really nice offering me that. I better not screw this up by trying to sleep with her, and then proceed to say it doesn't seem so bad, but thank you. I had a similar thing, out camping and my accommodation was a fair walk away. Girl was like, it's fine, you can just stay in my tent. Me, oh, great. Do you have a spare sleeping bag then? She'd literally been cuddled up between my legs at the campfire all evening, and I still didn't get it. She was just siphoning your warmth. Don't be fooled. We were discussing costumes, and I sent a picture of me in my bunny suit and said I'd need help out of it. His response was telling me he hoped my roommate was home, or that would suck. I had to tell him I was implying I'd like him to take it off me, and it took him a minute to catch up. Edit. For those of you concerned, it was very much a suggestive picture. I'm not sure it could have been perceived as just friendly, and no, you won't be getting proof of said picture for those in my DMs, lol. I was very much ready to hit him with the bat of bluntness, because we get along great, and he'd seemed flirty with me before. Friend was complaining he was hot because of his long sleeve shirt. I said, oh, I'm sure you'd be just as hot without the shirt. He was so unaware, but I finally just kissed him. I once was modeling clothes I planned to take on vacation for my boyfriend. After showing off a couple of outfits, I told him to close his eyes and changed into lingerie. He opened his eyes and I asked him what he thought. His jaw dropped and he said, you can't wear that outside. I put my clothes back on. I went out of my way to come in early and talk to this guy every day for like a month before someone else told him I was into him. I also repeatedly told him I liked him. He thought I was just being nice. I had a girl invite me round her house once just to show me her posters. They were all of Harley Davidson motorbikes, and she said she's never ridden a Harley before. Awkward silence, and after a few other short bits of small talk I decided to be on my way. 2 years later I'm sitting on the bus and realize what she meant. Holly. Ridden the Holly. My name is Holly. Literally said I want to be yours, and that you just keep smiling, and goes on about random space facts. That one hurt a bit. What was the coolest space fact? Guy here. A girl took my hat off, started running her fingers through my hair, and asked what did I do to get it so smooth. I proceeded to tell her all about the new shampoo I had switched to a month before, until she cut me off. Well, don't leave us hanging, man. What's the shampoo? When I was like 15 to 16, this girl from school I had a huge crush on kept inviting me to her house when she was alone, wearing the smallest tops and asking for back massages. I never got the hint. Years later, when I started going out with my now fiancé, that girl's sister tells my GFA my sister had such a crush on him back in school. I was not a bright teenager. I'm sure if Emily, from 15 years ago, saw this thread, she'd say, invited this guy to my place after our date. Got him into my room, into my bed. He was just lying there, so I told him my back was feeling sore and asked him if he could give me a massage. His reply, oh, I don't want to crush you with my weight. He was about 170 pounds. Gave up and went to sleep. Invited him over to watch a movie, eventually laying my legs across his lap and hard flirting, but after 4 movies I had to finally make the move. I'm not as brutally upfront as some of these people, but mine happened yesterday. How do I know a girl is flirting with me? He asks. She touches you a lot while you two are talking. I cannot relate at all. That never happens to me. I'm sure it does. I tell him, and hit his arm. I can't think of any time that's ever happened. I asked a guy on a festival to come take a shower with me. He didn't get it. He just repeated there was only one free shower, and I was like, well, they are big, I'm sure it's fine. And he just looked confused and told me I could go first. We became close friends since that happened about 2 years ago, and this summer I spoke to him about it, and he really had no idea. He did the biggest facepalm I've ever seen. Guy here, but once had a girl drag me into the bathroom while at a college party saying she needed help finding her marker/pen. We didn't find it, and I figured out what was really going on a year later. I'm the guy in this situation, but I couldn't help not sharing this story. In college, this girl I was really into asked if I wanted to hang out at my dorm and drink and watch Netflix. She came over, and we were watching and drinking on the couch in the living room, per my suggestion. Things are going good, and about an hour into it she says, "Ooh, lemme see your room." So we go to my room. She takes her shoes and socks off and immediately sprawls herself out on my bed and says, "Oh my god, your bed is so comfortable." I responded with, "We live in the same building. It's the same bed as yours." She left about 10 minutes later. He told me my hair looked nice. I said, "Bet it would look nicer with your hands in it." He said, in a very confused tone, "You want me to style your hair?" Edit, glad one of y'all thought my mixed signals was worth silver. When my boyfriend and I had just started dating, we were laying down watching a movie. But this was a small bed, and he was being respectful and giving me space. I kept wiggling backwards so I could get closer to him, and he kept inching backwards too, since he thought I was trying to get comfortable and he was in the way. He ended up sitting in a chair next to the bed. 3 years later, we are still together, and I still think it's pretty funny. He told me that when he was in the chair he purposefully left his hand next to me in case I wanted to hold it, but I guess I missed that sign too. He didn't get out of bed because he was uncomfortable, but truly though he was taking up too much space and didn't realize I was trying to cuddle. Before we started dating, I told my current boyfriend I love you, and he said, "Or I love you too, you're such a good friend." The whole time we thought we were both friend zoning each other. Wasted half a year going in circles SMH. Reading these posts has gotten me even more confused. I'm a guy in my 30s. Basically 70% of the top replies has happened to me a lot, except the super obvious ones where the girl is making a physical move, hug/kiss. But the couple of times I've actually made the move, nope, they just want to be friend. FML I guess. Guy here. Was invited back to study by one of the girls in my class at her apartment. We are about half hours in, and she says she might take a shower. I'm like, okay, kinda random, but okay. Anyway, she starts telling me the door to the shower is broken, so don't come in. Says it 3 or 4 more times. Again, I'm like, okay, weird she said that multiple times, but okay. Hours later the shower is still running. I can hear her singing and humming away, so I know she's okay and hasn't drowned. Thinking, gee, that's a long shower though. Water goes off, and she comes out dressed and says, "You didn't come in." I'm confused as I'm like, WTF, she told me not to. She sits back down, clearly distracted and not wanting to study. We wrap up after 5 minutes. Drive home. Mate asks me how study was about a week later and the situation, which I hadn't given a single brain cell of thought to since. I explained to him. As I'm saying it out loud, the penny drops. We were talking about canoes, and I said I'm like a canoe because I'm wet, and you can go inside me, and he said canoes aren't really wet. Edit, some PPL think he was rejecting me, but we ended up dating for 2 years. The thing is, if he did acknowledge the sign, how should he have responded? Even though I'm a guy, I have a good story about it. When I was younger, there was a girl that we were super close, BF for ages at this point. One day she was a little off, so asked her what we are going on. His response was something like, I have something that I need to tell you, but I'm afraid what you will think about me after telling you this, and I love so much our friendship that I can't see a future without you. I really love you and don't want to ever lose you. I just translated the most important parts of the text. I still have that screenshot. My response was, oh, I really love you too. Can't see my future without you, and we are going to be BFF. At that time, I really wanted to date her, but still didn't got it what she meant. Took me 2 days to start understanding what was happening, and 3 of her friends screaming at me that she wanted to date me. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. New videos every day.